One kind of tree manages to live up here in surprisingly large numbers by adopting exactly the same policy. This is the Arctic willow, and it lies flat. It grows extremely slowly in these cold temperatures, and this one may well be a century or so old, as the rings in its tiny trunk would show. In shallow burrows in the topsoil live the harvesters of this meagre crop of leaves and grass, lemmings. During the summer, when there's food about, they breed with astounding speed. One female produces 5 or 6 babies in a litter and does so 4 or 5 times in a single season. So in a few months, she may have produced 30 young. And what is more, the babies grow so quickly that the first to be born in the spring can themselves produce young before the winter returns. At the peak of summer, all the plants of the tundra put out their leaves, and there's lots to eat. The swarming hordes of lemmings attract hunters. Snowy owls. During the summer, lemmings are the owl's main food. Abundant though the lemmings are, the hunting has not been sufficiently good for this owl. She may have laid as many as 8 eggs, but only 1 chick has survived. As the days lengthen, herds of caribou migrate up from the south. Their calves were born early in the season, and the herd moves as much as 15 miles a day. They have to keep travelling in order to find enough food to sustain them all. They follow the same route each year. In places, paths have been worn 18 inches deep, where the animals have passed century after century. Snow geese fly up too. They've come from as far away as Mexico, 3,000 miles distant, to claim a share in summer's brief crop and to breed. They exist in 2 forms, ones with dark feathers on the body as well as pure white ones. But they're all the same species, and mixed couples are common. Soon the tundra is thick with their nests. Ptarmigan, now in their dark summer plumage, feed on the willow scrub. The caribou take not only willow, but grasses and lichen. The first snow geese to arrive and go to nest already have goslings and are foraging as a family. The later arrivals are still on the nest and can't leave until the last of their eggs have hatched. And while they stay there, the first goslings to emerge and their parents are plagued by hordes of voracious, blood-hungry mosquitoes. from the warming pools, more and more mosquitoes hatch. They, in turn, provide food for the red-necked phalarope, and there are plenty to gather. A square yard of fresh water here can produce 100,000 insects in a season. Now the blackfly larvae that have spent the winter as eggs attached to stones at the bottom of the shallow pools are also beginning to emerge. Activity now is intense, for it is light for almost the whole 24 hours of the day. But by late August, the snow geese begin to sense the imminence of winter and start to head southwards again. The caribou, too, come to the end of their grazing and start to plod back across the tundra. As they go, they continue to feed, building up the reserves of fat they will need to sustain themselves through the winter. As the weather gets colder and colder, the need to find shelter becomes more urgent, and the herds may cover 25 miles in a day. And then, at last, the returning travellers reach the first tall trees. It's the beginning of the great coniferous forest that lies south of the tundra right round the globe. The snow geese will fly on for thousands of miles yet, but the caribou have reached their wintering grounds. The forest is a sanctuary which will protect them from the bitter cold of the coming winter. And it's here that we shall be coming in the next programme.